My name is Miriam and I will guide you today through this yoga stretch class. For today's class you need a big and a small towel. So if you don't have yet, then please go quickly into the bathroom and just grab your towels for the practice today. And once you got your towels, you use your big towel and you fold it thick like this one here, and you just simply sit on it. And it's just to elevate the hips, to take pressure off the lower back, and then you come into a simple cross-legged position. So for today's session, we are focusing more on the area between the knees and the navel, as we want to do a proper release all around the pelvis to improve the circulation in this area, and also to find more freedom of movement in our hips and more ease in our lower back. But before we start stretching and getting into movements, we start with a little period of mindfulness. So just close your eyes, rest your hands here on your knees, on your thighs. If you have the feeling you're slouching a little bit, then just pull yourself forward here with your hands holding onto your knees and feel the natural lengthening in your spine, feel the natural curve in your lumbar spine. And then gently close your eyes. Get connected with your sit bones towards the ground. And then rebound up through your core and lengthen your entire spine. Feel your sternum lifting. And just gently roll your shoulders a little bit back and down so you feel a broadening across your collarbones. Make sure you're not leaning too much forward, not leaning backward. Your shoulders staggered above your hips. Bringing the tip of the nose just a little bit down towards your breastbone, so you feel a lengthening also in the back of your neck. Crown of the head is lifting skywards. You're sitting upright and at ease at the same time. And then bring your focus more and more towards your breath. Just feel the flow of breath in and out through your nose. Maybe start to breathe a little bit deeper, welcoming the breath into your body. With each breath in, you're growing a little bit taller, elongating the spine. And with each exhale, you soften your face, your shoulders. Just let go of whatever needs to be released. Connect with your body and your breath. Just check into your body how you feel today, mentally, physically, without any judgment, just observing. And let's breathe together as you exhale. And breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3. Hold your breath, chin slightly towards the chest, keep the spine long. And lift the chin just a little bit and take a long breath out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do a few more rounds. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, breath retention. And exhale out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold. And exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 2 rounds. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold. And exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold. And then exhale out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just find back to normal rhythm of your breath. And slowly, slowly blink your eyes open. Okay, now from here, just stretch your legs out to the front, just give them a little bit of a wiggle. And then you take your towel away to the side. So from here, sit on your mat and open your feet mat width apart. Take your hands also mat width apart with the fingers turned out to the side. Now keep puffing up your chest, so you lift your sternum and squeeze the muscles here on your upper back. And then with an exhale, we start with gentle twist. You drop your knees to the right, you keep your feet mat width apart and look back over your left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knees to the left, look back over your right shoulder. Inhale up, exhale, knees to the right, looking back over the left shoulder. Inhale up, exhale, knees to the left, look back over your right shoulder. One more time, inhale up, exhale, knees to the right. Now stay here, listen. You take your right ankle now and place on top of your left thigh. Be gentle with your knee here, and you press slightly down and a little bit forward away from you. You can be here on your hands or also on your fingertips, whatever feels more comfortable to you. But just make sure you're not sinking into your shoulders, so broaden across your chest. Gentle release here for the side of the thigh, just for 5. Maybe looking back over the left shoulder. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, well done. Now from here, you keep the foot, your right ankle here on top of the thigh. We're coming up, placing now the left foot here on the ground. So knees pointing up towards the ceiling. We want to go into a little bit of a deeper stretch. So we want to target here the outer right hip area. Come onto your fingertips, so you have a little bit more height. Now you need to press the floor away from you. Flex your foot here to protect here your knee. And then from here, you press your right knee away from you. You walk your fingers closer and you work on lengthening the spine. You want to bring your chest closer towards your leg. If this is too much for you, you always have the option to bring here the left foot further away from you. So you have a little bit more space. Target area, right outer hip. So let's stay here for at least 5 breaths. So keep pushing the right knee away from you. Keep your right foot flexed. Keep your chest lifted. Press the fingertips into the ground. Think about lengthening the spine and bringing your chest and your leg closer towards you. Bringing the awareness to your outer right hip. Last 3 here. 2. And 1. Good. From here, slowly bring the foot down. Place your hands mat width apart with the fingers turned out. Feet again mat width apart, so open them. Puff up your chest, and then exhale. You drop your knees, this time to the left side, and you place here your ankle on top of the thigh. So you're pressing slightly down and forward, and then you lift your chest, looking back over the right shoulder. Also gentle release for the lower back for 5. Keep on lifting the chest. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, look forward. Keep the ankle on top of your thigh. Place the right foot on the ground. Again, if you're quite tight in your hip, you can walk the foot further away from you. Come onto your fingertips so you can press the floor away. If you are more receptive, want to go for a deeper stretch, then bring the right foot, the heel here, closer towards your buttocks. And again, avoid the slouching, the rounding of the spine. Lengthen as much as you can from the tail to the crown. Flexing your left foot here means pulling the toes towards your shin bone and pressing here the left knee slightly away from you. So you feel the stretch here on your buttocks, on your glutes, outer thigh. Okay, let's stay here for a couple of breaths. Keep moving the chest towards your thigh. Face soft as you're breathing. Last 3. Good. Keep your foot flexed. 2. And 1. Good. From here, take the foot down. And then come onto all fours. So your hands, shoulder width apart. Your fingers are spread wide. Toes tucked under. Now pull the navel gently in. Look here in front of you, in front of your mat. Keep the neck long. And then from here with an inhale, you take your left leg up. Point your toes and lift the leg higher. Arch your spine and look forward. Now with an exhale, you pull your navel in. You bring your left knee forward and we start to make a big circle here with our left leg. Just to lubricate a little bit here our hip joint. Get some movement into the hip. So just imagine there is a big brush glued to your knee and you want to make nice big circles into the air. Also change direction. Do it slowly and with awareness. There's no rush. Good. And then stretch the leg back again. Look forward. Arch the spine. Keep your arms straight. And then exhale. Bring the knee back down. Let's do the same on the other side. So inhale. You extend your right leg this time. Point your toes. Look forward. Arch your spine. Push the floor away with your hands. And then you bend the knee in and you make a big circle. Feel into your hip joint, so allow the movement to come really from your hip joint here. And then change direction. Okay, and then stretch the leg out, look forward, lengthen, and then exhale, bring your knee all the way back down. Now from here, come onto your fingertips, bring your knees together. Tuck all 10 toes under, so make sure also the little toe here is joining the party. And then from here, slowly, slowly, be gentle with your knees. You press your hips backwards. Come a little bit closer with your fingers so you feel a stretch in your toes and the ball of your feet. And then start to wiggle a little bit from right to left. Keep your chest lifted, so avoid slouching, hunching in the upper back and crunching the shoulders up, so shoulders away from the ears. Spine long. Okay, and then from here you come back up again. So now you open your knees here. A little bit wider, big toes are touching. Your hands are on the floor. And now from here you straighten your right leg out to the side. Yeah, so that here your heel is in line with the knee, the toes facing forward. And then from here we start to press our hips backwards and sitting all the way back, coming down onto the forearms. Now from here, if you can slide the leg even further away from you. So you press your glutes back towards your heel. We want to stretch here the inner thigh, groin, and also the hamstring of here the right leg. Now tailbone is reaching back and your chest is reaching forward. So again, you want to extend and to lengthen your spine. The more you think about a little arch in your lower back, so extending the spine, the deeper the stretch will be. Try to keep the legs straight as much as you can, pressing here the foot, outer edge of the foot firmly into the ground. Let's stay here another 5. 4, pressing the hips back. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Carefully coming out of the pose, bringing your right leg back, and we do the same on the other side. Open your knees. Now you take your left leg out to the side, so heel is in line with the knee, and then from here you slowly, slowly press your hips back, come onto your forearms. Again, if you're more receptive, maybe sliding the leg a little bit more out towards the side. Let's say this is very challenging here for your knee and your ankle. You can be here as well. That's also fine. As long as you feel here the stretch in your groin, Yeah, and the inner line of the leg, that's good enough. And again, don't forget to breathe when we are in the postures. Always be somewhere where it's easy to breathe. And we all have a different bone structure, so don't strain your body and push your body in any positions. Just find a workable edge for you. Yeah, for your bone structure, for your flexibility. Be where you can. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now from here, slowly come up, bring the leg back. We do one more stretch here for our inner thighs and groins, coming into a frog position. For this one, I would recommend you use your big towel because it just feels a bit more comfortable on the inside of the knees. So you open your towel. Like this. You can even fold the ends of the towel a little bit in. It's not so important how you fold the towel, it's more important that you have something underneath your knees, okay? So from here, you open your knees wide as you can. So really slide the knees out to the side. Be here with your hands on the floor. So now when you look at your feet, your ankles are roughly in line here with your knees. Your feet are flexed on the floor. So the inner edges of the feet are resting on the ground. And then you move your hips slightly backwards. So you start to feel the stretch here through your groin and your inner thigh. I will also show you from the side. So you're here, you slide the knees apart. You're on your hands to start with. And then you move your hips slightly back until you feel here the stretch. Now you can bring the feet a little bit closer or further apart. Yeah, so you can change the angle of your feet, and you also can play around with bringing the hips a bit back and forward. But normally, for most people, if you bring the hips a little bit further back, you will feel more stretch. If you're comfortable here, come down onto your forearms. Pull the navel slightly in, move your hips back, reach your heart forward. So again, you want to feel this through your inner groins. If you feel a pinching sensation here on your outer hip, you are in compression and the bone is hitting the bone. If this is the case, then back off a little bit, maybe bringing the knees in a little bit closer, okay? So we're looking for a dull, achy stretch sensation to release tension, but we are not looking for compression or any pinching sensation. Let's stay here for another minute. Yeah, some of the poses we might hold a little bit longer today to release the tension, not all of them, but some of the poses. So the more you are able to relax in the pose and to breathe deeply, the more beneficial the stretch will be. Also try to keep your face soft, keep your jaw relaxed. Deep breath in, long breath out. And just ask yourself, with each exhale, are you able to let go more a little bit? Especially in our hips. We store a lot of tension, experiences, a lot of stress, anger, frustration. This is also where the liver meridian is running along through the inside of the legs and the groins. So we're stimulating our liver meridian here as well. Okay, last 3 deep breaths. And then carefully come up onto your hands, move your hips a little bit forward, tuck your toes under, and slowly, slowly bring your knees back to center. Take your towel to the side of your mat. We're coming here into our first downward facing dog, so spread your fingers wide, hands shoulder width apart or a little bit wider, tuck your toes under, and then from here, you press back into downward facing dog. Relax your head, move your head a little bit from right to left. Keep resisting with your hands into the ground, so you push the floor away to lengthen the spine. Now start to paddle your feet a little bit. You bend one knee at a time, press one heel at a time into the ground to release tension from the calves, from the back of your legs. Feel the length from the little finger all the way up the side body to the hips. Outer armpits roll down. Free your neck, no tension in your shoulders. And then from here, you take your knees to the ground. Come onto your fingertips and you step your right foot forward between your hands. So the knee is here above the ankle. Your hands are framing the foot. Be on your fingertips. So from here, you back toes are tucked under. You lift the knee off the ground. So what we want to do now, you don't change your front foot. You just wiggle your back foot further back, as far as you can. So until you find the ball of the foot here underneath the heel. So we want to lengthen here and create a stretch on the front of the hip for our hip flexor, the psoas muscle. Come onto your fingertips, and then from here you just can move a little bit back and forward, pressing the hips down, keep your chest lifted. So this is option one. Yeah, if this is already stretched enough for you here in the front of the hip, you just stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you come up, take your hands here on your thighs. Now you also have to watch your balance. And then you peel your belly away from your thigh bone. You push the thigh bone here away from you and you lift your chest. And then you want to come lower and lower and lower. As you want to press the hips down and forward, tailbone is reaching down. And you want to lengthen your back leg to create here this opening, the stretch on the front of your hip. Let's stay here, just another 3. Avoid shrugging up your shoulders. 2 and 1. Good. Don't change anything. If you're up, just drop carefully the knee back down towards your mat. So find your knee behind your hip here and not underneath the hip. If you have a very sensitive knee, then please go ahead, take your folded towel underneath the knee. So from here, you just release the top of the foot down, and again, you can push here the thigh away, or you can take hands into the hips, whatever feels comfortable for you. Just make sure you pull the navel in and up. You reach your tailbone down, so you lengthen through your lower back, and hips coming down and forward. Again, you want to stretch here this muscle on the front of the hip flexor. Yeah, we also call this muscle the muscle of the soul, the psoas muscle, as we store a lot of trauma and stress in this muscle. So as you are stretching, you not only physically release tension here from the psoas muscle, the hip flexor, yeah, you also de-stress your mind, you calm your mind. As I mentioned, we store a lot of trauma, stress, frustration, anger in our hip area. Last 5 deep breaths. And if this is too much, you always have the option to come down onto your hands. Okay, now from here you take both hands to the inside of your right foot. Now walk your right foot out to the side, to the right hand side of your mat. You can be on your fingertips or flat palm, up to you. Now from here, we again want to target inner thigh and the groin. As you exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, come down a little bit deeper. Inhale, up. So maybe you stay here because the stretch is already quite intense for you in your groin here, or you can go a bit deeper as you bend your elbows. So some of you might be more receptive and are able to bring the forearms on the ground. But again, this is not the goal to bring the forearms on the ground. We just want to feel a stretch in the target area, your right groin and inner thigh. So you also can turn your right foot a little bit out, follow the line of the knee if that feels more comfortable for you. And again, we will be here for 5 deep breaths. Now avoid dropping the forehead, dropping your head here, chin to chest.
because then you hunch through the upper back. So try to look forward, chin away from the chest, and allowing the heart, the chest to melt closer to the floor. That's also how you increase the stretch here on your inner groin. One last deep breath. Okay. Now from here, come up onto your fingertips. Tuck your back toes under, so we will turn around and do now everything on the other side. So you walk your hands, you lift your back knee. And slowly, slowly turning all the way around to the other side. So just start here with knee above the ankle, fingertips on the floor, and lift your back knee off the ground. So remember, we want to lengthen through the back leg, so wiggle the foot back, back, back as much as you can. Maybe you're just here today. If you can go a bit deeper, then you come up, you take your hands here to your thigh. So find stability first. And now we are coming down, 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 and then you reach the foot back, 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 back. Yeah, you want to lengthen, you want to feel this traction here on the front of your hip. Don't lose your core, pull the navel in and up, roll your shoulders back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now from here, take the knee down, drop the back of the foot, and again, we are coming up, staying here for another 5 deep breaths. If this is too much, you always can take the hands down towards the ground. So keep your chest lifted, roll your shoulders back. Pull the navel in and up, make sure knee is not falling to the inside, so keep the knee above the ankle. Good. And then exhale, take the hands down, take the hands to the inside of your front foot. Now you walk, here the foot out to the side. And then from here, take the hands or fingertips on the floor and then exhale, you bend, keep looking forward, inhale up, feel into your groin, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale up, exhale. Inhale up. Option 1, you stay here. Option 2, you bend your elbows, or maybe you come down onto your forearms. Yeah, we'll also show you from the other side. Stay where you are. Yeah, so you can turn the foot also out to the side if that feels more comfortable. Don't worry about it all if you cannot bring the forearms to the ground, okay? It's totally fine to be here with the elbows bent. If you have your forearms onto the ground, then make sure elbows underneath the shoulders and not behind, because then you create tension in your neck area. And then allow the muscles on the middle back to soften. Avoid dropping your head. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take the hands to the ground. Now from here, slowly, slowly come up. And to neutralize, we come one more time into a downward facing dog. Again, just paddle your feet, release. And then with an inhale, we are lifting the right leg. And an exhale, pull the knee forward, shift the shoulders above the wrist, and bring your right knee here behind your right wrist. Come onto your fingertips. Now from here, you want to slide your back leg again away from you, as we did already before. Now from here, you can sit down on your butt cheek just for a moment. Now from here, you want to bring your right leg, the knee, a little bit out towards the side. So we're coming into a pigeon pose to again target now the outer hip, the glute area. The more you open your leg here, bring the shin bone parallel to the front of the mat, the deeper the stretch will be as you try to level your hips. But it really depends on your bone structure. So some people might be not able to level the hips and then you injure your knee. So just be where you can. Maybe you need to take the foot a little bit, the heel closer towards your hip to be able to level your hips here. So for some of you, the buttocks on the right side will be not on the floor. To feel more stable, you can use here your big towel and just place it here underneath your right hip. And then from here you come down onto your forearms. Maybe you're here today, or you can go all the way down, rest the forehead here on the back of the hands, maybe even looking towards the right side. So feel your left hip bone dropping towards the floor. Feel your left leg extending away from you. And we will be here for about a minute or so. So bringing the awareness here to your outer right hip. Sending your breath to this area. And allowing your exhales to melt away any tension you feel there. Maybe you can even feel your breath circulating here on your outer hip. Your breath is your indicator. In every pose in yoga we do, if you stop breathing, if your breath feels very shallow or irritated, that's always a sign you have gone too far. Then just back off. And calm, slow and rhythmic breath. Okay, so from here you come up onto your hands. The towel, if you use one, you can take it away. Now sit down on your butt cheek and swing your back leg all the way forward. So from here you want to straighten your right leg, which was bent, and you bend your left leg, which was straight before, okay? Now you place the foot here, your left foot, on the outside of your right knee. Flex your foot. So if you find yourself that you're slouching and sitting like this, again, we use here our towel, to elevate our hips. So you sit up on something so that it's easier for you to tilt the pelvis forward and to keep the spine long. Now from here, take your hands to your shin bones and then inhale, lengthen your spine from the tail to the crown. And then exhale, look back here. Turn from the center of your body. Option 1, you take here the knee and the elbow creased, like this. Option 2, you take the elbow to the outside, fingertips behind you. And you can rest here your hand on the chest, your heart center. And then with an inhale, you lengthen your spine more, and then exhale, deepen the twist, look back here, over your left shoulder. Just naturally bringing out the spine. Important when we're doing twists is always to elongate the spine, to create this space between our vertebrae. And again, move with your breath. With every inhale, you find more length. With the exhale, you twist a little bit deeper. Also massaging your internal organs helps to detoxify your body, improving your digestion. One more deep breath, inhale, lengthen, exhale, turn your head back to the front and release the twist with a long spine. So from here, keep your legs like they are and just stagger the knees here on top of each other. Again, if you need to, you sit here on your folded towel. If you're quite flexible, if it's easy for you to sit upright, maybe you sit on the floor. So now we will use our little towel. So again, make sure the knees are staggered on top of each other. And here, show you from the other side, the top of the foot is resting on the floor. So before we were here, now we are here. So now use your towel. We want to apply a stretch for our hamstring. So you take the towel around the ball of your foot. Keep the foot flexed. Now from here, take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, start to fold forward. But again, make sure you're not just hunching from the upper back. The movement is coming from your pelvis. So you need to tilt your pelvis forward. So inhale, lift the chest, lengthen, exhale, fold deeper. And you should feel a stretch here on the back of your straight leg, your hamstring. So every inhale, you lift your chest, exhale, fold a little bit deeper. For some of you, if you have the flexibility, it's okay, of course, to just hold your foot here. Let's be here for another 5 deep breaths. Again, remember, don't force yourself in any positions. Maybe you're here today. As long as you feel the stretch on the back of the leg, again, it's good enough, okay? It's not so important how you look like in the pose. More important what you feel inside your body. Okay, and slowly release. Crossing the ankles, coming back into downward facing dog. Just pedal your feet a little bit. And then inhale, you're lifting your left leg, bringing the knee forward behind the wrist. Again, wiggle your foot further back, slide back. Rest the top of the foot. If you need to sit down on your butt cheek for a moment to bring here the foot a little bit further to the front, that's okay. And then try to tuck maybe the back toes under for a moment so you can internally rotate your back thigh. And you want to hide your leg behind you. So walk the foot of your right leg a little bit towards the left. And then start to level here your pelvis. So again, if you need support, you use here your towel underneath the hip. Now from here, come down onto your forearms. And we will spend here 1 minute. Yeah, or you can come down all the way to the floor, maybe turning your head to the left. Now the glutes here on our buttocks on the outer hip, they are big muscles. So if they are tight, you quite feel a good stretch. If they are very tight, they also put strain on the lower back. Yeah, so as we are not only here the outer hip, as we are stretching here the front of the hip, also the inside of the legs, and our groins, then the outer line of our legs, and also our hamstrings, the back of the legs. We're releasing tension all around the pelvis. And that just simply also helps to free your lower back. Because when the hips are very tight, they put a lot of pressure, especially on the lumbar spine. Okay, from here come up. Now swing your back leg all the way forward. And then we will straighten out our left leg and you place the right foot to the outside here of the knee. Now again, if you need to sit on your towel, and then you hold your shin bone, inhale, you lengthen your spine, flex your foot, push the heel away from you, and then we twist here from our thoracic spine, from the center of our body. Here the knee is in the armpit, and then placing the hand behind you. So make sure you're not here and slouching, just leaning back into your hand. Remember, we want to have a long spine. So use the fingertips on the floor to press the floor away from you to find this length. If you are more receptive, more flexible, you can take the elbow tricep on the outside of the thigh. Keep your right foot grounded. And then with an inhale, you elongate. Exhale, you go deeper into the twist. When you are in a twist, you might feel that the breathing is a little bit restricted. That's normal, as we are contracting a certain part of the body. And as we here twisting and contracting and massaging the internal organs, as soon as we release the twist, fresh blood flows back into our organs, bringing fresh nutrients to our organs. One more deep breath, lengthen, and then exhale, turn your head back to the front, release the twist with a long spine, and then you stagger the knees on top of each other. Again, you can sit on the folded towel to elevate the hips, so it's easier to fold forward. If you can't reach the foot, then use the towel. So it's not the goal to do this, I can't reach my toes, but the upper back is round. I would prefer that you use a towel but work more on the lengthening and hinging here from the pelvis. Now you need to learn to move your pelvis. We don't want to be stuck in a posterior, anterior pelvic tilt. And we want to be able to move our pelvis. Because when we're stuck in a post or anterior pelvic tilt, and we are not able to move our pelvis, that has an effect on our knees, on our feet, on our lower back, and then the problems start to happen. So again, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold deeper, so you feel the release here behind the knee of your straight leg, maybe on the calf, behind the thigh. Last 3 deep breaths. Okay, and then slowly coming up, place the towel away from you, and then stretch your leg, just shake them out. And we did a lot of forward folds, so we want to counter our forward folds and also open the front of the body. So you place your feet here hip width apart, the knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Now option 1, to have a bit more stretch also on the shoulders, more opening through the chest, you can take your hands with the fingers facing towards you, hands shoulder width apart. For some of you, if you have trouble or any pain in your wrist, or if you're very stiff in your shoulders, you can take your hands mat width apart with the fingers turned out to the side. That's also fine, okay? Now from here, wherever you are, keep your feet grounded, and then you squeeze the muscles on the upper back and you broaden your chest, you lift your sternum, and then inhale, lift your hips all the way back up. Exhale down without touching the floor. Inhale, use your glutes and your hamstrings to lift your hips, squeeze the muscles on the upper back, feel also the stretch on your shoulders. Exhale. And then again, inhale, lifting. Good. Exhale. And inhale, coming up. Good. One more time, exhale. And inhale, we're holding here for 5. Press the hands against the floor and the feet. 4, magnetize the inner thighs towards each other. Keep looking to your belly. 3, open through the front of your body. 2, and 1, good. Come all the way down. Well done. Now from here, take your big towel and use it as a little pillow to support the back of your head. Just lie down. Before we come into our final relaxation, just bring the soles of the feet together like this into a reclining butterfly position. Rest the back of the head on your towel so your neck is in natural extension, chin slightly lower than the forehead. Arms just resting here on the floor with the palms facing up, or you can take your hands here on your hip bones. Or maybe you place one hand here on your belly, other hand on your heart, on your chest, wherever your body is asking for more support and attention. Just close your eyes. And then take a deep breath in through your nose. And a long breath out through your mouth. Allowing body to wind down now. Bring your awareness more and more in the body and just listen to your breath. Just feel the knees falling out to either side. If you like, you can even wiggle a little bit from right to left. If you feel quite comfortable here, you just stay where you are in your reclining butterfly with the soles of the feet together and knees out to the side. Or if you wish to, you just straighten your legs out. Open the feet a little bit more than hip width apart. Allow the feet to just fall out to either side. You can keep your hands resting on your torso, or you just rest the arms alongside the body with the palms facing up, whatever feels natural to you. And if the room is quite bright you're in, you can use your little towel to cover your eyes if you wish to.
Just allow your breath to be free, flowing through your body, letting go of any control now. This is the time for you to rest, but still be alert and awake, but completely relaxed. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just shift from doing into being. With each exhale, just feel a wave of relaxation going all the way down your spine, to your lumbar, sacrum, your hips. Feel hips heavy on the floor, but open and relaxed at the same time. Notice how your hips are feeling, the sensations all around your pelvis as we worked this area here today. Maybe you feel a warm, cold sensation or some tingling, twitching. That could be all signs of the energy flow you just feel right now in your body. As you're releasing into stillness, and as you're still, not moving, you're most receptive to the energy flow in your body, to the sensations which are arising. And slowly begin to deepen your breath, bringing the awareness back. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And bringing the legs together. If you like, stretch your arms over your head. Give yourself a nice morning stretch from the fingertips to the toes, your entire body. And then from here, you take your knees into your chest. Just rock a bit from side to side, massage your lower back and your sacrum. And then roll over here towards your right side. And with the help of your hand, you find your way back up into a seated position. So thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope you feel a little bit more freedom in your hips and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you. Namaste.